Hey, we back, boys. Welcome back. Before we get going into today's live stream, let's do a shout out to the 100 front end interview questions challenge, where we are a bestseller in the category of front end web development. Imagine that. It's been a little bit of a rough day. There's opportunity I was looking forward to that didn't work out, but we gotta keep going. We gotta keep grinding. Sometimes, the opportunities you think that are gonna happen don't. So we keep it moving. All right, that's how we keep getting opportunities, by keeping it moving. So if you're interested in the course, almost 10 hours of content going over the most common front-end interview questions. You can get it for $9.99 using coupon code CodingGod or using a link in the description. So we're going to continue on with what we did yesterday. And we're going to see if we can get our MongoDB to work properly with this. So video dev doc services. From what I read was that we actually need to add, there's an add-on right here that we need to configure, which is like a Mongo something. It's like MLab MongoDB. Here we go. This is what we need. So I read this. Oh, I have to install a credit card. Aye. We might do this off stream then, if we have to install a credit card right now. Alright, if we're gonna install a credit card, I'll do that off stream. What we'll do instead, a little change of pace, is we'll actually go ahead and connect we'll make our video controller today. Where's my database hosted? It's gonna be hosted on Heroku. The API and everything's gonna be there. Oh, we got update for VS Code. Yeah. Am I just trying to add the MongoDB URI? I think so. But, so like here, I'll show you. So here's our, you can see right here, Mongo network failed to connect to server, localhost 27 on. So I think, from what I've read online, I think I have to add that add-on so there is a MongoDB server that it connects to. At least that's how I understand it. But it could be. I could do a little bit. That's what I've read online anyhow, as I'm debugging. Wait. Excuse me. Alright, sorry buddy. The cat wants to hang out, but he's so hot right now. Alright, so let's just do a couple more Google search. Mongo network Heroku. But yeah, I think I do need to add a Mongo URI, but I just don't know where it is or how to do it. You got the DB local development, so you need to set up a DB for production. MLab. So yeah, so this is what I was trying to do, but which we'll do later, but I don't necessarily want to set up my credit card information on live stream. So it's going to be through the extension, the MLab. So that's what we got to do. That's why it's blowing up. But we're going to do that later. When we're not live streaming me putting my credit card information in. That's all. Yeah, but you have a MongoDB instance somewhere that's not local, right? Let's see. They came out with some new features. What they got? Alright, cool. Yeah, it's a MLab extension. It's going to be using MLab. It does. Oh, so all right. So you're saying, but Heroku requires that you do it to set it up. That's what I'm telling you. So as you just saw a second ago, if we go in here, we say, hey, let's go configure an add-on. And then we go find more add-ons. And then we say MLab. Say, hey, install MLab for MongoDB, MLab MongoDB. Sandbox free. And then we say, hey, provision add-on. I say, oop. That's what I'm saying. But we'll come back to this. Actually, I need to do an API call anyhow, so we'll just change what we were going to do for this. Because I think it's honestly going to be as easy as connecting this and then maybe 1 or 2 debugs. And then we'll go from there. We have this video controller, which we're going to need. Look at that. That's looking clean. Yeah, I am going to try to connect database, but I need to connect it. So let me do something real quick. New window. Video docs. Oh my god, I'm a little bummed. A little bummed. Just a tidbit. All right. All right, cool. All right, so get playlist by ID. It's going to take in a request. Where is it? I guess it is. We'll say it is. Well, I'd rather just have everything in one location, not have to worry about it. I imagine it's priced similarly, right? All right, so we'll say we'll create a public, or excuse me, a private actually, private base URL, and this will be equal to. So part of the reason you want to connect to third-party APIs from a server is so that you don't expose your API keys. So keep that in mind. All right, so from there, what we need to do, and a lot of this I'm copying over from the front end app because I was just getting it up and going. We have our, go ahead and create our will be equal to the request dot params. No, request dot. Well, here's how are we doing this? 'Cause here's the thing: is one thing I haven't done yet is I haven't connected. So basically, what's going to happen is when we go to our category controller or any of these controllers, when we say get category by ID. I don't know if I like this. What was it before? Was it plus or minus? And they changed it to carrots. I don't know. Is that we then want to, based off what's here, we want to go and get some additional data to append on that. And so our category schema all right. So before we worry about a request and a response, because our schema is not going to change, but we're going to append something to our model, which I think would make it a view. Is that right? I don't know. All right. All right. And then create a const options. So instead of a request and a response, what we're actually going to be taking in here is a an ID, which will be a string. I think that's it. And then in. Okay, I know what I'm doing now. So private video controller. Oh. There we go. Tito, not right now, dude. It's hot, bro. Alright, so we're creating our video controller using dependency injection here, which we'll be injecting into the topics and into some other items. And honestly, now that I think about it, we may want to create, it's not even really a controller at this point now, is it? But we'll go with it. And then say this dot video controller dot get playlist by ID, and then we'll say category. So we do need to modify our schema here. Ow! Fuck! Good car! Oh, you scratched me, buddy! Oh. Okay, Tito. Here, just hang out up here, buddy. Oh. God. Good boy. Good kitty. So we'll have a playlist ID. We'll say it is a type of string and required of true. I think that's all we need. Cool, so we updated that. Hey, buddy. All right. So let's see here. How do we do promise? Cheeto. I can't see, cat. This turned into an episode of Animals Gone Wild. Look, man, we got 3 cats and 2 dogs. It's always an episode of Animals Gone Wild. Let's see here. See, when you're a professional, though, when you're a professional pet owner, even on a bad day, you don't let it slow you down. You just keep hanging out. Alright, so let's see. Async promises node JS. Because fetch is part of the browser API, isn't it? Thank you, Tito. I know the grossest thing you've seen in a while. What is that, 5 nested? I was just on a podcast on Thinkster today, and it was about algorithms and data structure. So we were talking about space and complexity, and really I was just shitting on it. I was just talking about how like your time can be spent on better things. Okay, so. Fetch isn't a thing for sure, right? if I did. Does it just require HTTP? Alright. See if this works. Oops. Isomorphic fetch package? What's wrong with this one? Alright, let's see if this will work. Let's see our NPM scripts. Look at that. Start. Boom, play. Run that. Look at that. Those new features, baby. Whoo! That's a, you know what? I take it back about them NPM scripts. An argument for video controller was not provided. Hmm. That should do it. Alright, so we got our video docs collection, our topic. This is in our category. Shoot. We didn't start creating our collection in here. Is there a new folder? Add folder, category. We'll say new. Add request. Get my ID. Copy this over more or less. So that's category. We'll need this eventually. So our, oops. Oh my God. So. And then what was our route? So our routes. So it's going to be I think that should do it. Alright, let's go ahead and create an add request here. We'll say get all. It's gonna look very similar. Except it shouldn't have an ID here. Cool. Alright, so let's take this ID here. Get by ID. Well then. Alright, so it's hitting it. It's blowing up on this though, huh? Huh, so it doesn't like this function call. So that it shouldn't matter what that does. What about this function call does it not like? Because all it really should be doing is instantiating this class and then call this function. Maybe it doesn't like that's asynchronous. All right, so I think there's. It's gotta be something I misunderstand about promises. Is this HTTP? It doesn't know what that is? Oh my goodness, what is it? How is this any different? Isomorphic fetch. Okay. Alright, so it looks like promises don't work by default in Node. Alright, so now that we've done that, I still don't know why this doesn't work. We'll come back to that. Before we put in a different file, let's just get it to work. Yeah, let's see. So I'd like to add my polyfill in one section. Let's see, node, polyfills. let's just. I think maybe we can do our polyfill over here and put fetch somewhere else. I think this will work. Actually, let's do this. Private polyfills. Cool, so that should be good. And then we also had the fetch that we needed to do. All right, cool. Alright, let's just see if we can get this to work. So I didn't mean to do that. Oh, I didn't launch the server, did I? Then bam, click on this bad boy. Uh-oh. Okay. Let's see if this solves it. Oh, what is it? Why do you hate me? No, there's something wrong with the type file. Alright, you know what? Let's do this. Let's cancel both these tasks. We will do a fresh install. Alright. Let's watch TS and let's go ahead. Let's just try to use a different library for this. Okay. So Did I use any boilerplate for this project? No. Pretty much started it from scratch. Is there a boilerplate? No, like CLI or anything. All right. Watch node. Watch TS. Go to our app real quick. I don't think we need to do this anymore. All right. All right, boys. Let's see here. All right. Take 2. 133. All right. So let's see if window.fetch does this any better. It still thinks we have it. It's not there anymore, dog. All right. Will this actually work? Let's get users on GitHub. I'm just curious. Oh, well. Okay, cool. Alright, it didn't blow up. Although it didn't really work either now, did it? What is going on? It's not calling it at all. What happened here, man? No, you don't need it, but you can. So you can await. This is returns a promise, so you can await it so that nothing happens. I'm just trying to figure out why I'm not getting console logs anymore. Maybe that npm watch, run watch. New npm run watch node I think maybe it was. So, cause like it wasn't even when I made a change over saving, and like see how I make a change here, it didn't update. So we just on like console.log 2. Oh, that time it did. All right. So now if I go to get by ID, okay, that worked. All right, I think there's some issue with this running nodemon if it's not in a bash script, maybe? I don't know. It could be bugged. They did just release it today. So we hit 121. And then we get our JSON. Cool. Now, if to your question, you're saying, hey, do you need to await it if it's then? This still returns a promise. So see here? What's it return? It returns a promise. So you can always await it. So if I did this, let's just say I did this, const response equals await. And then instead of console logging JSON here, I returned, excuse me, I just returned our JSON. And then here, you could see that console.log response, right? So it's just a response, right? And you'll see that the one here comes out after when I send it. So, because again, it's just a promise. That's all we're dealing with here. Cool. So we got that set up. Now it's just a matter of getting our code work. We got an example, easy enough. So we don't need this polyfill stuff anymore. We cleaned up some of that stuff. Cool. All right, now that we got that going, let's see about integrating our video controller back into our stuff. All right. So let's go ahead and we'll public video controller equals new video controller. I like the new folder icon though. I'll give them that. It's clean. Video controller, and then we'll say this dot video controller dot get playlist by ID, pass in some 100. This isn't asynchronous, so what should happen is it should go ahead and print 2 out. It should go 2, then the response, then it doesn't like that, man. What doesn't it like about this? I genuinely have no idea why it doesn't like me. Why doesn't it like me doing this? Does it not like me instantiating things like this? What? I have to bind this. I see, I see. Alright, this is getting out of scope. Alright. Alright, dependency 1, dependency 2 makes sense. Does this help? Dude, it does not like that at all. What is going on here? Alright, let's try this. Okay, so that makes sense. Let's define a different function called public test. And we'll just return 2. Alright, console log this dot video controller dot test. So that works. Okay. Now let's do the same test, except there. Let's do it in our get by category ID. All right, so it's for sure has to be something. Huh. That should just be basic object-oriented programming. So what's going on here? Let's see. How is this any different? Hmm. 5,000 packages later. All right. It's all right. We can just... You want me to write it as a util? I'll write it as a util. I don't want... This is undefined. JW, you the man. You know what you're talking about here. So in our routes, we are passing a reference to the function, but not the entire function. You're right. So it doesn't have access to it. So the question becomes, how do we set up better routes? Let's see here. I spent hours trying to fix this once. Yeah. But you're definitely right. So, how did you go about? Did you come up with a good solution? Lambda function, huh? Something like this? I see. Okay, so pass in our request, and instead invoke it. Yeah, I always forget that people call arrow functions lambda functions. All right, boys. We got get category by ID. Fuck, that was it. There's our 2. That was it. My boy JW coming through. JW? Not that a coding god like you needs it, but might I treat you to a copy of my course? I don't want you to go away empty-handed. Do you have the 100 front-end algorithm challenge or the 100 front-end interview technical questions challenge? I'd love to gift one of those to you because I would have spent hours trying to figure this out, without a doubt. So, let's go ahead and update all of these because this is how we're going to be doing our stuff now. But yeah, man, if you type your email in chat, let me know what course you want. I'll send you a course. Alright, cool. So we added that. Now that we've done all this, we can got all this out. We got it all set up. Good to go. We'll need this in a second. Make this private. Everything should still work, right? Or, yeah, private. That's fine. And then let's go update our other routes before we forget and make the same mistake. Alright. Let's hook my boy up here with a course for our bestseller. No joke, legit, it's a bestseller. Has the tag on it. One second, guys. I'm creating our boy here a free course for saving me. Here you go, man. Thanks again. I just sent you the email. You should get it in just a second. Alright, cool. So stuff like this naturally happens when you are working something you're less familiar with, which for me is Node. And really just services in general. You get like people ask me in interviews and stuff like, when was the last time you got stuck? I was like, dude, I'll be honest with you, I don't get stuck anymore on the front end. Like it's not something that happens. I've been building e-commerce platforms and back office tools, which is 90% of the jobs out there. What do you need? I'll build it. It's not a big deal. The hardest part of my job is getting other people to stop breaking shit. So, okay, cool. So we have this. Excellent, excellent. That bug held us up. What are we going, about hour 20? We can go a little longer. Alright, I don't think we're going to have video routes. I was just thinking about this earlier. We're never going to actually get a video directly, so I don't think we're going to have video routes. So let's go ahead and delete that. At least at this time, we're not going to have video routes. Alright, let me over here real quick. Let's see. Alright. Yeah, thank you, man. Hey, Tito. All right now, buddy. God, I can't even believe that was the case. That didn't even occur to me. I was like, how did the routes are affecting it? Nah, no way. Okay, so what we want to do here is with our category. So we go, well, not get all categories. Once we get a category by ID, we want to const video say equal to fetch, and in here we will fetch oh, actually not even in here, we'll say this get this video controller dot get playlist by ID. Really it's more of a service, but we'll call it a controller. And then based on category, we'll have a dot video ID, which we haven't defined as part of our schema yet, but we're going to do it right now. Or a playlist ID. That's a good one. That's what it is. Let's go. Stinker. I hate to do that, but I'm wondering. Let's see. So we import. I guess it's not really a. So here's an interesting thing: is this definitely isn't a type, whereas we're exporting a value here. So I wonder, do we actually go our way to find a type associated with it? And then how we might So here's what I'm thinking is like, we don't want to map the data when we're hitting an API. When I map on the front end, that's fine. But we don't want to map it from the API because it's coming straight from the database. At least that's what I'm thinking. So is it actually, do we actually want to create an interface in this case? Or an abstract class? So let me do this category. I don't even know. Let's just say category dot interface dot ts. So export interface category. And then the thing that concerns me is how do I link my category with a type? Let's say TypeScript, schema, validation. Let's see if now I wonder if I do something like this of if I were to define, because okay, let's try this. Let's just try something real quick. So we have public description of type string. And public. There's no modifiers on interface. It's been so long since I've used a modifier on a interface because I only use classes. Label string playlist ID string. All right. And we'll say this is of type category. There's got to be a way to assign this because I'm not just going to put any. Oh. Let's try this real quick. Hey, Tito. Try to use it like... I don't understand what you mean by that, Zendroid. So that doesn't work. So this is returning a document, but let's see here. MongoDB find my ID with types. This is probably Mongoose actually. Let's see here if there's... So iHero model extends mongoose.document. Let's see if this works. Okay, so we need to extend. Alright, so our I category. So what we have to do is for our... We have to extend... What was it that it extended? The... Hey, stinker. Cat's over here. Like, hey. the mongoose.document extends mongoose dot document. All right, so once we do that, we can say, hey, this is actually the type. And now when we come back to here, and we say, there we go, you got it. So now, when we say, hey, we want to say category dot playlist ID. Boom! We got our types working. Ugh, good stuff. All right. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Cool. All right, guys. We're about an hour and a half. I think that's pretty good. I know we didn't get much done. We really, although I'll take it back, we did get a couple things done. We have a lot of the groundwork set for the for setting up our video controller, which we didn't really do, or our MongoDB instance. But this is stuff we all need to do anyhow. It all has to get done. So we also figured out how to assign types to our returns. Yeah, you found the solution. Yeah. I was on the path of it. I wasn't quite sure about extending the mongoose document. So what was throwing me for a loop was like when I hovered over this, like the schema any, I thought I had to cast it in here. And I was like, well, maybe I cast the return. I don't know. I was thinking that model returned the schema any, but it actually doesn't, right? So, but pretty close. We just have to cast that, because model is going to return a type of any, a model with a generic, I should say, of any, basically. Yeah, and then we took care of this so we can actually use our controller in other spots. And probably the next video we'll do is we'll actually go and finish up that. We really only have one video thing right now, which is go and get the playlist from the YouTube API. And that way we can hide our API key and all that sort of stuff. But pretty good stuff. Let's go ahead and commit this. And we'll say added category type to schema and set up promises in application. Git push. Pretty cool. All right, guys. With all that being said, thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys probably tomorrow. And if you're interested in any of my courses, like the one I just hooked JW up, the 100 front-end technical interview question challenge, which is a bestseller on Udemy, which is nice. You can check it out with the links in the description. Get it for just $9.99, or the my other course, the 100 algorithm challenge. I'll see you guys next time.